I would say probably I started feeling better within 6 weeks. And then within about 6 months, I felt fantastic. I got better each day.
Yeah.
But getting my mojo back, it was like 6 months. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like $1 million.
Yes. Welcome to Mojo and Co, the podcast for unapologetic midlife women who are done playing small, done guessing, and done fighting their body instead of understanding it. I'm your host, Katie Fleece, and this podcast is for women who are ready to get their mojo back, their confidence, their power, and the connection to their body back. We talk hormones, confidence, body image, relationships, and real life with zero filters and absolutely no BS. Nothing is off limits here. If you're ready to feel powerful in your body again and remember who the heck you are, you're exactly where you belong. Let's go. Welcome back to Mojo and Co. My bestie's back.
We're back.
Freaking back. We're back. Oh
We're
my gosh.
back.
We're going to talk all about menopause today and fitness over 50. And
Yes.
who better to talk to about that subject than the one and only Sharon
Frack.
Phillips. Frack. Who better to talk to about being fit
Frack.
over 50 than Frack? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it.
Yes, I'm super excited to talk about this in this
Yeah.
environment. I think the last time we spoke, we were serious, and I felt
Stealthy.
like after we had spoken about it, I was like, oh, a woman is the message that women going to take away from that podcast that
Yeah.
you're going to survive. You'll make it. You know,
Right.
if it's like, oh, it's all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And I feel like this environment is so much better. It's
know.
like,
It's more us.
Let's tell you how it is. And let's
Yeah.
tell you that you're going to make it. And let's tell you.
And we're not
that-
going to sugarcoat
that
shit.
everyone goes through the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. My husband, the amount of Instagram reels that I receive from this man about like, have you seen those reels floating around? They're freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
about
women and their.
well, like husbands. Here are like 10 helpful tips if you have
For
a
a
wife.
husband
For
to
a
survive.
husband. These are men
Yeah.
doing them. For survival tips for, if you're a man who's married to a woman going through perimenopause.
Yeah.
And then it's like, number
It's
one,
hilarious.
don't breathe.
But it's real though. It's real because
so real.
there's a big rate of divorce when women are going through menopause
know.
because guys just don't understand and how are they to understand? And
Right.
so
Yeah.
part of this whole thing is we really need to make sure
Bring
that we are
awareness to it.
educating the men too because
Yes.
it's just diving into it straight off the bat, it's a huge thing when women go through menopause. They don't want sex, and
agree.
it's the chemistry of what's going on in your body. It is
Yeah.
with estrogen depletion.
Yeah.
We're just diving straight into the
testosterone, like all
dry
of it.
vagina thing, but it's real. And so with
Yeah.
that is when that is not functioning properly in a marriage, the men always default to our marriage is broken.
Right.
Where it is, okay, there's certainly a lot of other things that makes your marriage broken than lack of sex. But that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
When these men are thinking that they are not, their wives are not attracted to them anymore because they don't want sex. And it is just the body. It's the chemistry going on in your body.
But
And so-
the good thing is, which this was going to be a question I was going to ask you anyway, like having all of those feelings, like having no libido. I don't want to say it's normal because it's not normal.
No.
Or it's not, what's the word I want to look for? Like, it's not normal, but it's to be expected.
Yes, exactly.
But it can also be fixed. It usually starts, one interesting thing I learned is, number one, it usually starts mid to late 30s, early 40s, which I would say mine definitely started mid 30s when I started like just crazy things.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, like I'm going through all of these weird things, plus, the whole blood cancer thing too. That doesn't help anything.
Right.
But
that would turn your hormones upside down.
I also learned that not a lot, but if you're on like chemo treatments or any sort of cancer treatment, like in young girls, like we're talking early 20s.
That's huge hormone disruption, right?
It can throw them into early menopause.
Wow.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's not, I think a lot of people think of like, it's 55.
Yeah.
Like that's typically when maybe you are officially you know,
yes,
right? Like you haven't had a period for a year, whatever. But leading up to that is...
Yeah, you have to be aware of all the changes for sure. It definitely creeping up younger and younger now.
It is.
You know, and it's like I feel like it's different because like I asked my mom, I said, tell me about your menopause. And she's like, oh, I didn't even know I went through it. And I'm like, what? How? Like, I'll remember this phase of life for the rest of my life. I can tell you in great detail about it because it was awful. But we are here to tell you that it doesn't have to be awful.
It doesn't have to be awful.
You get through it.
And you can, there are things that you can do. Like, I also used to be the person that was like totally against supplements, which I am the wrong kind of supplements, right? Like the shit that they throw in your face, it's like, you don't even need that. You know what I'm saying? But like, but supplementing things and getting help, like, especially for women at this stage of life, like it's almost like they are ashamed to even admit like they need help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, no, that's normal. Like there is nothing wrong with receiving the help.
Absolutely.
So that you feel normal again.
Yeah. And I think when you start going through it, you really don't know what's going on if you're not educated on it. I was not educated on it. And so when my body started changing, I was like, what is going on? And so I really, because of what the symptoms that I got, they weren't just like obvious menopausal symptoms. And so it started, like we have discussed this before, it started with anxiety. And it's like, wow, what is going on? I started getting anxious, and I was teaching classes at the time, and I had done that for so many years. And I would have 55 in my strength class, and then I'd go into the next studio and I have 65, and that was my jam, and I loved it. I thrived on it, and I started getting this anxiety where I'd walk into the studio and think, I can't do this. Like, I'm so scared right now, and I'm so anxious, and I've got so much anxiety right now. I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with me? Something's going on with me. And so that's how it kind of started. And then I had all these other incidences of anxiety and panic, which was very, very unusual for me. And now when I speak to women about menopause, a lot of women are saying, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I've had panic and I've had anxiety and I don't know what it is. And so after learning about it, educating myself, the panic and the anxiety and the brain fog and all the neurological symptoms are huge to most women. And so at the time, I really thought I was losing my mind to the point where I didn't want to tell my husband. I thought, man, he's going to think this chick is certifiable. With all this is going on. Because I've been a freelance free spirit my whole life. And so then I just started dealing with this on my own and not sharing it with my husband, because I was thinking, maybe I am losing my mind. And it was bizarre. So the neurological symptoms of menopause, it's real. It's real. And it shouldn't be, brushed under the rug. Because even if you just have that could be hormone disruption.
100%.
Yeah.
But so many women think that they're either going crazy or
and they've got to internalize it.
Or they're, put on meds for depression or anxiety.
Absolutely. That happened to me.
Told by their husbands that they're
Are you crazy?
nuts.
Absolutely.
That doesn't help anything.
A doctor told me that he told me that because I did a bunch of blood work. Sorry, can't talk today. A bunch of blood work, and it came back normal, everything. And he said, I think you need counseling or you need to get on an antidepressant. I was like, no, buddy, no. Like, my life is perfect. I have a wonderful life. I live in abundance. No. And it was like, that was what I was told first. When I was uneducated and when I realized to what extent you have to advocate for yourself.
You do. You have to advocate for yourself.
When your body doesn't feel right,
you know it better than anyone else.
You do. And you have to force it, and you have to say, no, there's something is going on. I feel different.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So then if you don't mind me asking, like, what did you do to now feel this good. At 52?
Yeah. Well, like we've discussed before too, I have that little bag of tricks.
She's got her menopause survival kit, okay, which includes, but not limited to, Gucci items.
Gucci
good
always
skincare.
makes a menopausal woman feel
that is true.
Always.
You depressed? Go to Gucci.
Yeah, go to Gucci. I don't know. We actually don't mean that. We don't want the husband's coming after us. But anyway, maybe if the husband purchases it, that even makes him feel even better. Yeah. So what I did to start off with, like I said, anxiety was crazy. Then I started not sleeping. Insomnia was crazy. My hair started falling out, and I would brush my hair, and I would think, oh my gosh, now I've got a lot of hair. And so I would say to my hairdresser, do you think my hair is thinning? And she would say, no, you're fine. And then it kind of was looking thin. And she was like, oh yeah, maybe we're thinning a little bit. And then I didn't have the punch because I was competitive athlete at the time, and I would train my body, and I would follow my heart rates that I needed. I would follow the watts I needed, and I was doing everything perfect like I had before, and I couldn't get my numbers. I could not. There was something it was like my mind and my body had turned on me. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, what's this? And I thought then you start thinking, gosh, maybe I'm dying of something. Like seriously, because your mind goes down that rabbit hole. Right. And it's like, what is going on? And so then like we spoke about earlier, then the dry vagina, that kind of stuff, I hate to just throw it out there, but it's real. And so we talk about it when we talk about menopause because it's a huge factor. And so that started happening. And so all the symptoms just started taking over. And so went to the doctor, had blood work done. Numbers were perfect. Went to the OB, and then I went to a general doctor, and then I went to an alternate doctor. Yep. And at that appointment, he said, you need this, like probably about 12 different supplements. And as a health coach, I was like, whoa, pump the brakes. How do I know what is working? Yes. I have never been that kind of a coach where I'd say, take all of this and it's like throwing pus on the ceiling. And if it sticks, then we'll do that, And so I said no to that gentleman. It was like $1,800 worth of supplements. Now, if I knew that the supplements were going to work, I'd spend the $1,800, but I didn't know. And so I said no. And as time went on, I just got worse and worse and worse. And so then I was talking to an OB in one of my classes, and she said to me, come to me, we'll blood work you, we'll do blood work, a few blood tests, and we'll see where you are, because your hormones are so different on any given day. Any day. That you can test one day and the next day you're totally different. Completely different. And so a few different blood tests, and she was like, you're full on menopausal. Yeah. And she said to me, estradiol patch and progesterone. And for so long, with my husband being in healthcare, he was like, don't touch that, with regards to everything. And we just started educating ourselves. Yes. And she said to me, I would give this to my mom. They are improving it. And with me particularly, I have a history of heart disease in my family. Yeah. My dad passed away before 60, and so did his parents. And so she said, you need this, because the amount of incidences that women in our age group have, cardiac incidences without hormone replacement, is a lot greater. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to go on it. And so the moment I went on it, I would say probably I started feeling better within 6 weeks. And then within about six months, I felt fantastic. I got better each day, but getting my mojo back, it was like 6 months. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like $1 million.
Yes. All right. Quick pause to talk about my company, Mojo Co. Because this deserves a moment. Mojo Co was built for midlife women who feel off in their body and are just tired of being told to eat less, move more, and deal with it, all right? Women battling hormones, belly fat that comes out of nowhere, low energy, mood swings, and the constant feeling of, why do I not feel like myself anymore? Now look, this is not a basic fitness program, and it is definitely not built by gym bros or 20-year-old influencers. Mojo Co was built for women, by women, designed specifically for this phase of life. Inside, we don't guess, we don't punish your body, and we don't hand you another plan that you gotta figure out on your own. We look at the full picture: hormones, metabolism, stress, lifestyle, everything that you need, all under one roof. Because you are never too old to get your mojo back. I can assure you that. And you also need support from someone that actually understands the female body at this stage of life. So if you're ready to feel strong, sexy, clear-headed, and confident again in your body, and you're done with all of the free or cheap BS out there and you want a forever solution, you can apply by clicking the link in the show notes. All right, now let's get back to it.
like $1 million bucks.
You don't have to stay in that funk.
No, you don't.
Like you can get out of it.
And when you get over 50, I don't know what it is, and I'm going to swear, but it's just, I don't know what it is. Something happens. Now, maybe I think I went through it at 45, but you master the art of not giving a fuck.
Yes.
Excuse my language, but you do. You become a person that you are, you feel good in your skin.
Yeah.
Kind of going through it. And I think we've spoken about the resilience side of it before. You get resilient and you get through it, and then your attitude matches how you feel, because you've got this attitude now that you're over 50 and you've experienced life and you feel so good in yourself that aligning everything, it's like woman over 50 should feel like $1 million bucks.
Agree.
They should.
Agree.
Because your mindset is different.
And
you're mature. And if you just align everything, your life starts at 50.
Agree.
And so it's just because I feel amazing. I feel amazing. And also I've had to really work on, like I've told you before too, is appreciating the aging process. And, I am going to get older. I do see the lines in my face coming, but I've lost so many people to different things, heart attacks and cancer. And it's like, man, I'm so privileged to be aging.
So true.
And so if I can do a few little things to try and slow it down, but still be appreciative of where I am in my life and grateful. Gratitude is huge.
I love that. I think so many women go through this phase of just feeling like complete shit.
Right.
But they accept it as their norm.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's not the norm.
It isn't.
50, you don't have to feel that way.
Right.
Something is off.
Yes. And just, I think that it's almost like they accept it. They never really fully live. Yeah. Like they just exist, right? They just go through the motions day to day. They're existing, but they're never really fully living.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they don't feel good.
Yeah.
They don't feel good. And you got to advocate for yourself. And back to the doctor thing, it's not that doctors aren't smart or they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of doctors just are not educated or do not specialize in this kind of stuff.
100%.
Totally fine.
And that's all you have to do is find someone that does. Someone that understands
and will listen.
And there actually are male doctors out there that do. There are some really good OBs. And so you don't have to have a female, but find someone that is educated on. And will listen to you when you say something is off.
Yes.
Something is off. And I think you don't have to be in this, you don't have to sit it out. For 10 years and say, well, I'm just going to. And so many women do. They just write themselves off. And like I said before, a lot of women go through divorce and then they just have written themselves off. And it's so sad because it does not have to be like that.
And we know a lot of people that have done that, but I think too, just like going back to women, like really just genuinely believing that they're crazy or they're depressed or they're, which I'm not saying that there aren't crazy people out there. There are. Okay. And of course there are, depressed people out there. I've been through postpartum depression twice. So I get it. Like that is a legit thing.
And you can't snap out of it if you are legitimately clinically depressed.
It is so hard. But people just slapping a label on women when there's actually, they might be depressed because they're in this phase of life that they can't figure out. Because they are chronically just like, I don't want to say ill, but they wake up every day and they feel like a stranger in their own body. Yeah, that's going to depress somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's like, and also when your body changes and you're looking in the mirror and things are changing and it's very, very hard. It's so hard. And I think finding a group of people that will support you. And I think this is why you're going to do so well with Mojo Fit. It's like, this is going to be a place for women to come and it's going to be uncensored and it's going to be, it's like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like, oh my gosh, I feel awful today. I hate the way I look. I hate the way I feel. And I think this is a place that people can come and feel feel included. It's safe. It is absolutely safe because in the initial stages, you really feel like there's nobody out there. You're all alone and you're going crazy. You're going crazy. It's crazy.
So let's talk about then the mental shift that happens, like when you go through this stage of life, right? Like we're not 20 anymore. We don't have the body that we had, before children.
Right.
Maybe our kids are older, they're leaving the nest. Like there is so much that happens in this phase, right?
Right.
And so talk to me about like when you finally got to a place where you really start feeling like your old self again. Like you started to really feel good again. Like what's the mental shift that kind of happened when you went through that transition and like came out on the other side?
Yeah. I think the mental shift is number one, for sure, being okay with the changes.
Yeah.
If you're not, it's gonna be ugly. It's just like I used to think to myself, oh my gosh, I wish I could look like I was 35 again. I wish I could look like and then you just think to yourself, okay, I've just gone through that and that was awful and I feel good because chemically you start feeling good. And so your mindset changes. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to do all these things and I get to wake up feeling fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is great. And things are not the same like they used to be. And I think you have to embrace it. You have to embrace the changes because you will run yourself ragged and you'll be in a tailspin if you are going to start fighting it and trying to do all these different things to fight the wrinkles and fight. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do a good job. I'm going to go down fighting.
Sure.
But there's a certain element.
Nothing
and I
a
think
little Botox can't fix.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Botox, love Botox. Yeah. And so I think the mindset, I think I was just so grateful that I was feeling good again.
Yeah.
Because I felt so bad. And I was like, I get to wake up every morning and I feel good again. Like I used to. I never required anything to motivate me or anything for me to just be excited about every day. And that took away my excitement for life. It took away my soul. It took away everything. And then once I righted myself, I would wake up and I'm like, oh, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel fantastic. And so it's like, gosh. And I've always been that kind of a person. I think growing up, I was quite like I said, I was a freelance free spirit, always happy. And then I think I have got this sense of gratitude for life because of my special needs son who battles every day. And I always default to him because he teaches me a lot. And he's made me the person I am because it's like, wow, this gentleman cannot make a good decision because he doesn't have that ability, but I can. And so from going through that to feeling good again, it's like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't I have this mindset change? Like, I love myself.
Yes.
I love what's going on. I am embracing everything. And I'm feeling so privileged to be feeling so good again. And I think it's a mindset.
Yeah.
You have to have a positive mindset.
I say this all the time. You cannot hate yourself into a better body.
Yeah. No.
Like you can't.
You can't.
Even, the people that we've worked with over the years, like you can't. If you cannot enjoy the process, like you're not going to enjoy your body when you get to the goal.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's the small little gains every day of something like starting a program. It's like, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
And so you just have to put all the things in place and do everything you need to do to have the good outcomes of this. Same like the menopause journey. You've got to get everything in place. You've got to do what you need to do. It helps if you sleep. It helps if you eat right. It helps if you drink your water. All of those lifestyle principles matter in menopause. Yeah. And so it's doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen if you don't do what you should do.
I think anything. It also starts with a place of self-love. Yeah. And so many women put themselves on the back burner for years. We know this.
Yes.
We've seen it. We've done it.
Yes.
And they come from a place of like, I can't do this because that would mean I'm selfish. Right. And it's like, it's actually, I think it's the complete opposite.
100%. 100%.
Yes. You do this out of self-love. Right. And it goes back to just appreciating the journey and just knowing that it is a journey to get to where you want to be. That just like it is in anything in life,
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
just loving yourself through it. No matter if
I went through a horrible stage where I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even, because I've got freckles and age spots now, and I'm like, I'm not wearing shorts anymore. I'm not wearing shorts. Who was it that I don't think it was Mel Robbins. It was somebody else, and she said, "Man, I wasted 5 years of my life not wearing shorts because I hated my legs after menopause because your skin goes crepey, you get dimples. I have dimples from my bum to my heel. I never used to have it, and it's like you just have to embrace it. It's like, oh my gosh." Most women at 55 have the same legs, and so it's like, why say, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't feel good. And my mindset changes like, hey, this is me. I'm alive and I'm living and it's okay. The freckles on my legs are okay.
And dimples are normal.
Dimples are normal, you know? And so it's like getting back to that self-love. You have to be in that self-love mindset and that gratitude. Like, man, I get to wake up every day and I get to, so it's just so good. Self-love is a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
All right, girl. Well, I'm going to do a few rapid fire questions. I've only got 4.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to be quick. All right.
Let's go.
Answer.
I can answer them.
I know. This is a test. All right. Ready?
Okay, go.
Biggest myth about fitness over 50.
A biggest myth, I would say that, well, my gosh. There's so many different things I want to talk about, but are you talking about the changes that you have to make or just
anything? Biggest myth, what do you think about fitness over 50? I've got one.
You do? Why don't I have one? Well, I've got so much that I want to talk about
just because
over 50.
I hear it all the time. I'm sure you do. I put you on the spot. That's why.
That's okay. Okay, share yours.
How many times have you heard, I'm over 40, I will never look like that. Or I'm over 50, I will never look like that. Or I'm just going to have this gut because
the biggest myth is
menopause.
That the workouts, the hard work the same when you're in your 50s.
Right.
You can get defined. You can. Yeah. Oh, I agree with that. So thanks for helping me out on that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I mean, how many times have we heard women talk about the menopause belly?
Yeah.
It's like,
absolutely.
Look, it can be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, you can keep it like that if you don't do anything about it.
Get rid of it.
But if you follow something that's going to get rid of it, it'll go.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm totally aligned with you.
Okay.
We got another one coming.
Glad I could help you out there. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you with my Amazon ring.
I'm going to have to get you one.
Yes, you do.
Okay. One thing, just one.
Okay.
One thing you wish you knew sooner.
That hormone replacement was a good thing.
Ooh,
yeah,
good.
Definitely. I would definitely think that because I was adamant that I was not. I battled for 2 years before I took hormone replacement. And now it's obviously not for everybody.
Sure, it's
There's
not for everybody.
Some people that cannot take it with pre-existings and history. And so people can't. But for me, I wish I had have kind of dove into that sooner.
Yes.
Because that changed my life.
It's also come a long way. I think people are a lot more aware of it now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and they've really perfected it.
Yes. Okay, here you go. This is a good one. We'll do a whole episode on this actually. Okay. But just top of mind. The worst advice women still follow.
Man, you're really getting me today. They say rapid fire for a reason. The worst advice. I think in exercise, I think the mindset of, but now this is not, see, this is the third, but like cardiovascular work, that women still want to just run themselves lean.
Girl.
But I don't think that's advice. You see, now I'm actually on the wrong level here because it's a question you just asked me. But I would love to get into that. There's so much to talk about. So
run themselves lean. Girl, how many women, I mean, I see it every day in the gym.
Yeah.
Like these women just like, killing themselves on the treadmill or the elliptical and their bodies never change. Yeah. And I really just want to be like, girl.
Yeah. At our age. I mean, see, this is why these questions I want to go into so much. So we'll have to do another one about.
We'll do another episode.
But like with the cardiovascular work, there is a place for it all. It's structured. 100%. It's structured, but 100%. It's like this thing that you have to be perfect at everything and trying to achieve everything.
Yeah. I think women over a certain age grew up in the era of like aerobics. Yeah. Like cardio was king. Right. You know what I mean?
There was no strength training at all.
It didn't exist.
No. I remember seeing all the ladies would come to my classes and they would do no strength training.
No, none.
And so for women, I mean, we're losing it so quickly as we age. Yes. We have to do it just to maintain.
Yes.
You learn to build.
I know.
You know, and if you want to get some definition.
Yeah. I wish more women really understood the importance.
I think I feel that third rapid fire question.
It's good. No, it's good because it's
what
true.
Was yours? What was your answer?
No, I mean, I would agree with the cardio thing.
Yeah.
Because I see it every day.
Yeah.
And I wish more women really understood the importance of strength training.
Yes.
I think if they actually did, more women would be strength training.
100%.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. And also, they should know exactly what they're doing when they're strength training with regards to progressive overload. Because like there were tons of clients would send, I say, hey, can you send me a video so I can actually see what you look like on rep 8? Or what are you looking like at rep 9? And it's like, unless you have that adaptive stress, we break down to build.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's another day.
Agree.
That's another
I commented on a client's workout she did, and I was like, yo, girl, it's time to increase those weights. Yeah. And she just laughed because that's just our relationship that we have. And she's like, fine.
Yeah, and it's like what's your reps?
Eyes.
8 to 10. Okay, well, how do you
I'm
feel
like,
at 10?
girl, you ain't gonna be pressing 5 pounds. Okay,
yes.
It's time to increase. But anyways, it was just funny. Okay, last question.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is the fourth, and I'm 3 for 4 right now.
Fourth and final.
Huh.
Okay, this one should be easy. What is, if you could even just recommend one habit that made or makes the biggest difference, what would it be for women in this stage of life? One habit.
One habit. I think practicing, I would say like a meditation, or really practicing self-love talk.
Yeah.
It starts there.
Yeah.
Because you just unravel, and then you're like, I'm just going to stay this way. So definitely self-talk for sure.
I love that.
Self-love talk.
You know what?
Talk. I just said talk. And I normally say talk. I'm talking like you. I'm becoming American.
The hillbilly is rubbing off on you.
Self-love talk. Yeah.
I agree. I always think about like some of the things that we say in our heads, not necessarily out loud, but we say in our heads to ourselves. I'm like, would you ever say that to your best friend?
Exactly.
If the answer is no.
I think too, that's what happens too, is when I was feeling so insecure about my body because it was changing so much. And at that time, I gained about 16 pounds. Like it just went, pff, and so it was 100% obviously because I hadn't changed anything. It was hormone disruption. And once I righted them, I lost the weight. But I remember when I was like that and I would be changing and my husband would look at me and I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me.
Yeah.
And I would be absolutely fearful of even standing in a bra and pants in front of my husband because I was like, and so that constant, I hate myself. Yeah. It's destructive.
It is
so destructive.
My gosh. What goes on between your ears is
absolutely.
It can make or break your progress.
I would say mindset.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, like I said, I can't just say one thing here and there. I've got to talk about it all.
I know. We'll just make this a normal thing. We'll just do episodes on like all of these questions because
maybe there's topics that people want us to talk about. We'll talk about
frickin'
anything.
frack. We're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna make this a thing. Frickin' frack are back.
But frickin' frack are back, and just all we want people to know is that there's help out there and there's armies of women. And I know for a fact, I don't mean to keep on pushing your Mojo Fit Co, but I'm telling you, this is a platform where everyone can come and they can get ideas. They can feel normal again. They can rant and say, I don't feel good today. I hate myself. And then,
it's a safe space for women. That's what I wanted to create too, because nothing against guys. We love our men.
Absolutely.
We love them. I've worked with men. But there is just something different about having just another woman that you can talk to and be coached by another group of women that just make you feel normal.
Right. Get it. And are happy. Yes. And are, it's like, it's cool. Every woman is going to survive. It
is.
Yes.
We are. For sure.
Changing lives.
I think that's a good place to end. Frickin' frack will be back. Your husband started it. Okay, He called us frickin' frack, and now that's all I can think about. Okay, that's just what we are now. All right.
Okay.
Or Mojo Mamas.
Mojo Mom. Menopause maniacs.
Menopause. We got a lot of names.
We do. Yeah.
And it's
good.
It's
good.
Diverse.
Yes.
Yeah. We've. Anyways, all right.
Okay.
Moving on. We will see you, or I will see you. Maybe Frack will see you. I don't know. Or are you Frick or are you Frack?
Can I be Frick?
All right. Maybe Frick will see you.
No. You be Frick, I'll be Frack. Yeah.
Frack will be back. All right. That's all I got to say. Okay. Anyways, have an amazing day and we'll see you next time.